Hi, so for today's video, I will be talking about characters that get on my nerves. Characters that make me go like, why are you like this? What are you doing? Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
So I want to share with you those characters that piss me off. And I want to tell you the reasons why those characters get on my nerves. Okay, so the first character that I will be talking about is the third Hokage from Naruto. Okay, so now I feel like there's a lot of people that share that sentiment with me. The sentiment being that we hate him. First of all, let's start with when the third Hokage was a kid. His teacher was Tobirama. Now, if you know anything about Tobirama, is that he's racist. Okay, so the third Hokage was Tobirama's student. By that information alone, you know there's going to be problems with the third Hokage. That's the first one. The second reason why he gets on my nerves is because he lets this motherfucker Danzo do as he please. Yes, because him and Danzo were pals, and I feel like people forget that. Yeah, and he knew what Danzo was doing, and he turned a blind eye. He was like, I pretend I do not see. And that's why Danzo was doing everything that he was doing, because he had nobody to stop him.
Daddy, chill.
Yes, and that's the third Hokage's fault. And another thing is that because the third Hokage let Danzo do whatever the f he wanted to do, that's why we don't have the Uchiha clan no more.
Clown. That's clown shit.
Yes, sir. It all goes back to the third Hokage, because had the third Hokage stopped Danzo and tell him, baby, stop it. You're not the Hokage. I am the Hokage, and you cannot go over me. Danzo wouldn't have sent Itachi to the whole Uchiha clan. Yeah, he lacked authority. See what I'm saying? And then on top of that, Minato and his wife died saving Konoha. And before Naruto's moms died, she told the third Hokage like, oh, this is my son, take care of him. And he said, yeah, I will take care of him. And then in Naruto we see how is that he's taking care of him. Girl, he drops by the apartment, gives Naruto 10 bucks per month, and then he dips out. And then what pisses me off is that he knows how the people in the village are treating Naruto. And he's like, oh well, that's life. I feel like the least thing that he could do was to bring Naruto to live with him. And if he couldn't do that, the least thing he could have done was to pay somebody to take care of him. Like, hey, I'm going to give you $800 a month so you can take care of this kid. Because you said that you were going to take care of him. You said that you were going to be responsible for him. And this is what you did with poor Naruto. Another thing is that I feel like people don't give Naruto his flowers, because if it was me, baby, if I grew up in the same situation that Naruto grew up, I will be one of the Akatsuki members. I wouldn't be talking about, oh, I want to be the Hokage. I wouldn't want to be the Hokage, because the whole village hated Naruto. So I don't understand how Naruto was like, oh yeah, I want to be the Hokage. I want to save Konoha, this and that. After the whole village didn't give a f about him. So yeah, I feel like Naruto is very good at heart, because if it was me, the story would have been different. Pain would have ended Konoha. Yeah, I would have allowed that. Yes, sir. So yeah, the third Hokage, I do not like him. I don't understand what he was doing. And I feel like if the position of Hokage was too big for him, he should have let people know, like, you know what, this job is overwhelming me. I don't think I'm being a good Hokage, so I'm just gonna pass down the Hokage title to another person. But no, he stayed as the third Hokage for a very long time.
If you're gonna call me a hoe, make sure to add Kage after it.
Okay, so now let's talk about the next character that really gets on my nerves. I'm talking about Gabi from Attack on Titan. Okay, first of all, I don't want to hear it. Like, oh my god, but she's supposed to be the Marleyan version of Eren. I don't care. I don't care about the parallels between Gabi and Eren. I don't care. I don't care. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want you saying in the comments, oh, but she's just another version of Eren. No. So the first moment when Gabi really started to get on my nerves was when Eren was fighting everybody. Like, he was fighting everybody in Marley. She started screaming for Reiner's help. Girl, that shit pissed me off so much, because I was like, can you shut up? I was low-key happy thinking that Reiner was eliminated from the Attack on Titan universe. He's another character that I do not like.
I want Reiner Braun
want to read me. Like, I want to.
But come to find out that Reiner was never going to be eliminated from the Attack on Titan universe because he is Isayama's favorite character. But I didn't know that at the time. So at the time I was like, oh my god, yes, finally we get rid of Reiner. And then this girl starts screaming, Reiner, Reiner, Reiner. And then he wakes up. That shit pissed me off. The other thing that she did that pissed me off was obviously when she killed Sasha. Now, if you ask me, oh, are you a big Sasha fan? No, but still, it annoyed me. And then the last thing that she did that pissed me off, and I think not only me, but she pissed the whole fandom off, was when she shot Eren. I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind because I was like, oh my god, they never got rid of her. And they had reason to get rid of her because she was being annoying and people. And now, look what she did.
I'm sorry.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh my god, but she's just a girl and you're grown.
Yo, Zen, get your boy, dog.
This thing, I do not care. You know that if you f around, you will find out. She needed to go. She needed to go.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. I am the villain. Because I made myself one.
The other character that I want to talk about that really got on my nerves is Mr. Voldemort. First of all, how is it that you're the villain and your name is Tom Riddle? You are lame. Yes, you are lame. I feel like the only good thing that Mr. Tom Riddle did in the Harry Potter movies was change his name to Voldemort. Because Tom Riddle, goofy ass name. The second thing is that, how is it that you went through all the trouble to divide your soul in 6, 7, 8 parts? I don't know. You did the Horcruxes. You look like a fucking fetus. So you stopped being cute, you divided your soul, you got no nose, you did all of that in order to be more difficult to kill. And still, Mr. Harry Potter, who's like 16 or 17, still beat you. I guess you were not that hard to kill. Because at the beginning of the movies, when you're watching the movies, everybody's like, oh my god, you cannot say his name. Oh, don't say his name. It's Voldemort. And I'm like, oh my god, he must be that girl. Hello? People are scared to even say your name. And how is it that you go from being like the Dark Lord? From my understanding, he was like the most powerful dark wizard, whatever it is. How is it that you did all that and you still got beaten by this 16-year-old dude? Maybe this is not Voldemort's fault. Maybe this is J.K. Rowling's fault.
She's gonna be pissed.
But I hate it when they make villains that are like, oh my god, so mighty and so powerful. And then at the end, the MC still beats them. So it's like, okay, so maybe you were not all that. Maybe you were a lot of talk and not a lot of walk. Yeah, you're not that girl, Mr. Voldemort. Disappointed, to say the least. Okay, so the next character that I want to talk about that really got on my nerves when I was watching the movie was Miss Lucy from the Hunger Games movie. And I know what people are going to say. People are going to say like, oh my god, you're just comparing her to Katniss Everdeen. Like, oh my god, you just wanted another Katniss Everdeen. And they're not alike. They're very different. No, I did not want it. Another Katniss Everdeen.
Hey, Clockness Everty.
Like, I know they're not the same character. I know they were going to be different. But my thing is that all she did in that movie was sing 3 songs and win the Hunger Games, but not really, because Mr. Snow was helping her big time, okay? She was not giving what it was supposed to be gave. Because then at the end, she disappeared in the woods. They were kind of in love, but I don't really believe that they were in love because he was like, I don't know, he was weird. But then she just disappeared. So for me, it wasn't like she made a big impact on him personally. Maybe in his career she did, because by her winning, he kind of like gained a certain reputation amongst his peers. But personally, like romantically, the relationship between her and Mr. Snow, I don't see the impact. So I feel like there was a lot of hype built around her and then I didn't get it. She got on my nerves, but not so much that she was annoying me, but more in the sense that after I finished watching the movie, I felt underwhelmed with her character. I feel like, where was the pizzazz of the character? You see, where was the star quality of the character?
If you don't have star quality, baby, get the f out of here.
The only moment when she almost served a little bit of content was when she did the but at the same time I feel like it was not giving what it was supposed to be gave. Like, I don't understand why the writers will have her do that. Like, I feel like it worked with Katniss' character, but then because we had already saw the bow with Miss Katniss, when she did it, it didn't hit the same. It was not giving.
So while you work.
So the next character that I want to talk about that got on my nerves, Miss Girl, is Mr. Shrek. And specifically Shrek in the third movie, okay? So let's talk about it. Mr. Shrek, you have a princess and she decided to turn ogre 24/7 for you. Not only that, but she lives in that smelly, dirty swamp with you. And then on top of that, she gave Shrek 3 kids. This is where Shrek gets on my nerves, because in the third movie he's like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Like, I wish things went back to how everything was, this and that. So he decided to make a deal with the devil of the Shrek universe just so he could have 24 hours for himself. And this is what pisses me off. He could have said this to Fiona. He could have said, you know what, I need a day for myself. Maybe we can let the kids with Donkey and the dragon, and then you take that day for yourself and I'll take that day for myself, just so I can get a little bit of a breather. Okay, because I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. He could have said that to Fiona, but what was it that he did? He went to Rumpelstiltskin and signed a deal. Stupid. And that's why I got pissed off, because it's like, after everything Fiona has sacrificed to be with you,
That's a big dick. Running through the woods.
you want to sign a deal with Rumpelstiltskin? So that's why in that movie I was low-key rooting for Rumpelstiltskin. And at the end I feel like he doesn't deserve Fiona. And then the last character I want to talk about that got a little bit on my nerves after I watched the movie as an adult, because as a kid I loved the movie, but then when I watched it as an adult I was like, wait, she's kind of dumb, was Miss Ariel. Miss Thing from the Disney Princess, You Are the Only Mermaid. I feel like she doesn't understand the level of that she's serving by being a mermaid, but then she sees this dude.
Don't worry, I'll help you.
I get it, because he's very attractive. Like, I low-key get it, but at the same time I feel like it was so unnecessary for her to go to Ursula, make a deal with her, and exchange her voice for legs. Like, you could have talked to Prince Eric in the water. I don't understand why she felt the need to swap her voice for legs. And another thing is that, like I said, I know that Prince Eric is very beautiful. For me, he's the #1 in the Disney prince, but I find it very hard to believe that she couldn't find a very beautiful merman under the sea. Like, girl, I know there are beautiful mermaids under the sea. Maybe I'm reaching a little bit, but I hate to see women change everything about themselves in order to please a man. Because when you really think about it, it's not like he made a sacrifice for her. He almost married Ursula. And I know that at the end he killed Ursula. Like, I know. But when you put it into balance, she literally changed her anatomy to be with him. She's literally a beautiful mermaid, and now she's just a human to be with Prince Eric.
Okay, I'm not even sure I want to say this because I don't want to get canceled, but... And I know everybody's entitled to an opinion, obviously.
What?